We're live in our last day in camp. If there's anyone there, comment in the chat. We're live in our last day in camp. I need to fix that. If there's anyone there, comment in the chat. Muted. No, that'll sound better to anybody coming in. How are we tonight? Bob, how are you feeling?
Well, pretty good since we just finished how many days straight working?
Since the 11th.
Since the 11th, and we're about to have our first drink because we're staying in dry camps, which we are right now.
What? We're not in a dry camp. And this isn't a bottle of Glen Morangie LaSanta. Bob is a rum guy.
It's not to say I'm not a good person.
Not to say he's not a good person. Bob and I are construction workers, and we work in one hell of a place. And we're using the Canadian whiskey glass. Plastic comes in a bag. Mr. Kaplan, how are you? Pouring ourselves some whiskey. Hope you like that, Bob. It's been open for about an hour. 12-year-old Glen Morangie from 2017, I found on a dusty shelf. I like Glen Morangies. Other people call it Glen Morangie. I don't. They boast about having the tallest stills. Hey, Mash and Drum. Always keeping it fancy. This is usually what bourbon is best in, don't you think? That's why we're using Scotch. I like it. Finished in sherry. This is for drinking and BSing about work. How are you guys doing? George works in construction as well. I believe George is an engineer. And he gets to travel all over the world. Did you bring anything back nice, George? I try to keep up on the Facebook stuff, but... And how's my video right now? Good, because we're actually using the camp video or Wi-Fi. So we'll see what happens. I only see 2 people chatting. There are 4 people in the views. Anyway, what's going to be your favorite thing about going home, Bob?
Well, I'm still a long ways from going home, but going to Edmonton. Anyways,
oh, yes. Your first home is in Cuba. Yeah. Bob lives in Cuba, has a nice Cuban wife, and she's about to have a baby. She's 3 months pregnant.
Yeah, it's not quite about to have, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's close enough.
In the oven.
That's closer than I've ever been. So I called this Gran Torino Mescal from Pablo MX. And where's that? Where is that, George? Congratulations, Bob.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, 142, 132, and 1 in the oven. Keeping it real.
Yeah, Bob. You gotta get that thing fixed. Mexico Mescal. Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were somewhere more exotic than Mexico. Were you there for work? And Mash and Drum is drinking some Lagavulin. Yeah, I didn't see your review yet, buddy. When I'm working these 12-hour shifts, and that's it. When you're done, you're home and you're bang. But we are, the saddest thing about this job right now is we are in the best camp we've probably been in all year. While I've only been in one better. That was the Ruth Lake. Because I got my own bathroom with a big shower in the corner shower, man. Like a huge shower. The last camp we were at, it was you tried to have a shower, and it was a constant fight with the shower curtain. It wanted to, you couldn't shower without it rubbing on you.
No, and
It's disgusting because somebody else was in there first. I hate that place.
And guys our size barely fit in there without rubbing on at least a couple sides.
Oh, it's disgusting. Anyway, Claire the Third. Don't drop the soap. Yeah. You pick that up, you'll be standing up with a shower curtain right wedged where you don't want her. Fight for sound. Thanks for coming in. First time here. I hope it's not the last, buddy. We're sitting in a dry camp, guys. It just came in, and I snuck this bottle in, so don't get me in trouble, okay? But I don't care. It's my last day. The ABV on the LaSanta is 43, pardon me. That's why. Nice and smooth. 43 keeps it smoother. It's 12 years old instead of the regular, and it's matured in Oloroso and PX sherry barrels. Loch Ness, my brother from a mother of another province. I don't know. Yeah, Glen Morangie boasts about having the tallest stills. You know what that means, Bob?
No. Their stills are tall.
Yeah. They're owned by the Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy Company. I think they're a pretty good distillery. I know somebody that we chat with sometimes thinks it's Glen Morangie, but I don't. Did you finish everything? No. I like this stuff. This is I think this would be considered my go-to. People always ask me my go-to stuff, Glen Morangie. If I'm in a restaurant and they have a selection of whiskey, I usually pick the Glen Morangie, the original. Is usually what they carry because I trust it. It's going to taste like the Glen Morangie. The other thing I do is always make sure it's a fairly newly opened bottle, because some places they don't sell scotch much. Yeah, in my opinion, it is as well, Loch Ness. Richie Z just asked me, send me a message saying, what time? Well, we're going to answer him right back, guys. Now. Richie Z and Santa Cruz and send me messages all the time asking me when I'm going to do another live. So I did one. What do you think about this, Bob?
Well, it's interesting. And the scotch itself,
yeah.
I'm a rum guy, but it's smooth. Anything that's smooth is drinkable.
So this year, guys, is the first time I've ever had Bob try a whiskey and like it.
Yeah,
we were in Moose Jaw, and you guys heard me talk about it in a previous live. A good friend of ours lost his grandparents, lost his grandfather, both grandfathers in a period of what, 2 months?
In short order.
Very, very short order. Monkey shoulder is my go-to.
Daniel made a toast, and it was death sucks, and so does this scotch. And we had cheers, and honestly, it was the worst drink I ever tasted in my life.
Hey, Eric Gilbert, how you doing? The worst drink, if you guys haven't seen me before, was it wasn't a scotch, actually. It was 100% rye. Malted rye from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh, jeez.
And that's, I didn't know what else to say.
Sorry, Canada.
Oh, it was terrible. Any of you guys know, I'm going to forget his name now. He likes it. He actually sent it to Food Quick. Food Quick did a review of it, right? And it was, wow. Richie Z, how you doing, buddy? I told you I'd do a live. And my last day in camp, I'm driving home. Hopefully it gets a little sunny and I can drive a motorcycle and plan and prepare for my trip to Scotland. I'm gonna go. Gotta go. And I gotta see Julia. That'll be one of my first thing to do when I get back is see Julia. Check on her mom, because her mom had not open heart surgery, a bypass. And she's gone back to work.
And she's had a car accident since you've been in all this.
Yeah, when I was working on a way, she had a car accident. It's hard to do things and help people out when you're away working all the time. And I love the movie Gran Torino. That's why I captioned the live show Gran Torino Construction Talk, because man, do we ever talk sometimes. we've had some foul things to say about some people on this job. Usually
not on this job.
Not on this job.
The one we drove to.
The one we came from. Holy
yeah.
nightmare. Nightmare. Well, I think they learned some stuff though in the long run, because they don't. The one guy who admitted to me says, "I don't know anything about refractory. We'll be better next time." He actually said that to me.
But who knows anything about refractory? Who wants to know anything about refractory?
No, do you guys even care about refractory? We're here for the whiskey. But if you've never seen Gran Torino, my favorite scene is when he takes the Asian kid into the barber and says, "This is the way men talk." It's my favorite. We do it all the time. We don't even think about it. And I've known Bob forever. Well, it feels like forever. Ever since we got in a knife fight in Cuba.
Yes. Well, you knew it then, though.
I did. We are in Alberta, fight for sound, and we're farther up than how. Oh no, we're actually lower now.
We're lower.
Yeah, before yesterday we were 3 hours north of what we are right now. So we're in an area called Conklin right now. But it's still a 3 to 4 hour drive home.
Yeah, because we're further east.
We're further east. We're almost on the Saskatchewan border right now in Alberta. Does that answer your question? Fight for sound?
I wish I was here. I wish I was here fishing instead of working. This is definitely Alberta's fishing corner. It's
Christina Lakes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful lake, clear water.
What's going on? What warnings are going on where George lives? Doing okay, but tornado warning going on. Holy moly. Well, I hope that nothing happens. Although we had a tornado land in Toronto. Was it a tornado or what?
Yeah, it was a tornado, but it went into, not Toronto, but it went into Quebec, actually.
Oh, did it?
Yes. But
poor Quebec.
It was a series of 3 tornadoes, I guess. But
I drink this stuff easier in a plastic cup, guys. How about you? It's not your favorite? Here, I'll tell you what we do. We take this water. No, we take this one because this is not spring water. It's reverse osmosis. We put your glass down. We'll put a little more in there.
No, not with water.
Yeah. Trust me.
No, I don't like that. I like it just.
Trust me. I'm not going to put a lot of water in. Let's teach them, guys. Come on, help me. Cheer them on. Try it.
No,
water. Try me.
Water in your whiskey?
Yes, try it. Put it down. Put the cup on the table here, Ryan, buddy. I wouldn't lie to a man of your caliber. I don't care what your wife says. Give your head a shake. Use your head for more than a hat rack. Construction talk, boys. We got to throw some of that in. Trust me, it's not a lot of water. It is a drop of water. Now you watch what it does. Just let it sit there for a little bit. Even at 43%, when they talk about the master blenders in these distilleries, a lot of them are lowering. Brolic whiskey, how you doing? They're lowering their whiskey down to 30%. See how yours got a little cloudy because of the water?
Yeah.
Because it's non-chill filtered, right? This water is only room temperature. Brolic, I'll put a drop in. Okay, and then you just let it open up. This bottle, now, which you don't find it disgusting, but if, say, you come back and try it again 2 weeks later or a month later, you're going to go, wow, this is way better. That happens, right? Always try it. If you don't like it, well, a reason for another dram, see? That's what you do. Anybody else ever here work in a construction camp? Anybody? I'm waiting for an answer like they're actually talking to me.
And if you do, sorry about your luck. Okay? Because,
Yeah. Some are pretty rough, I have to say that. Are you ready?
No, I don't know. just seems so wrong.
It's not. It opens up the whiskey.
Oh, I don't like that. I like it's your mouth and you just kind of feel the juices flowing out of the side of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. I still get it. It got more floral. I even get more. It even added a little bit more astringent taste to it to me. Don't just a Marine camp. Oh yeah, you're a military man.
There you go.
I think both Bob and I have fathers that are ex-military. Mine was in the Navy, World War II. Bob, yours was?
Air Force.
Air Force.
Air Force. Flew in World War II. Spitfire pilot.
Spitfire pilot.
Yeah.
95 now?
95 years old.
And he's been retired longer than he worked.
Yeah. Winning.
Winning. Wow, eh?
Yeah, he still likes to go to the seniors club on a Wednesday. So that's when all the young ones are there. 65-year-olds coming in.
Yeah. That would explain why Bob has a wife that's, can I say how old she is?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's 28. You guys guess Bob's age. That didn't do nothing for you. You can't taste a difference. You can't smell a difference. You can't.
I can. I don't like it.
Okay, give it to me. I'll give you some raw stuff.
Yeah.
If I get sick because of you before I go to Cuba, or what's that place called again? Scotland?
Scotland.
You're in trouble.
When my father went to Dieppe last year for the 75th anniversary, the Canadian government gave him an RCF kilt.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used to always wear the Brewster colors, but now he's wearing the RCF colors.
Yeah. Cool. That's very nice of them. Oh,
much better.
You like that a little more? I don't consider one better or worse. Same as the whiskeys a lot of times, except for the 100 bushels. That was terrible. Just different. It does something different to it, right? Cuba, fake cigars and bad food.
Great food.
If you know what, Eric, if you went and stayed at an all-exclusive, that's true, in my opinion. Yeah. But if you ventured out somewhere else,
but even the all-inclusive, I worked there one time for 6 months, and at the Sol Palomares, food was fantastic. You could have steaks every night, seafood, whatever you wanted.
Yeah, but when we went to visit Smokin' Bob, that was not good. Whatever steak they brought over, whatever it was. Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, but that's because he stays in the cheapest hotel in all of Veradero.
I guess he did. I don't know what it was. It was pretty tall. It had a high building on it.
Yeah, but when you go to Veradero, the most expensive is at the far end because that's the way they built out towards, and the cheapest is at the beginning of the peninsula.
Yeah, no, there's good stuff there. Still too hot. How are you, brother? Where is still too hot? In California? Actually, amazingly enough, where we are. So we've been 5 hours away from Edmonton, give or take. So 500 kilometers. And Edmonton got all the snow. And we didn't get anything. I mean, a little rain here or there. And it threatened to snow, but it never snowed. So this actually, I can't complain about the weather. I mean, it was cold in the mornings, but it's awesome.
That beats snow.
Right now, oh yeah. Which Lagavulin ate? Because isn't there not been more than one? Because I did try a Lagavulin when I was in Moose Jaw, and it's good. Still close to 100 degrees in Arizona. That's Fahrenheit, of course. What is that in Celsius?
32, 33.
That's nothing. It's a dry heat, right? Fight for sound. That's a dry heat. I always go for hikes. Don't trust those hotels. No, that's good. like this stuff. Simple. It's not complicated. It's a sherry finished Glen Morangie, a couple extra years. It's very much like the original, just finished in sherry. Now part of the core range, yes. And when I was in Moose Jaw, the guy had a bottle of it at the Old World Tavern. I like it. Yep. The only drink I'm having. Why are you sick right now, Brolic? I see you putting out some T-shirts there too. Metahuman Dave is Brolic, and they do some YouTube videos. And I think you just put out some T-shirts, didn't you? Or I forget what you had in there. Coffee cup. This may or may not have whiskey in it. I need that on a mug at work. Brolic whiskey. Who the fook are those guys? And Brolic whiskey. That's your logo. Yeah, it's awesome, buddy. I'll have to check that out. 10,000 plus YouTube viewers as well. I might get there one day. I don't really try. Teespring, that's a t-shirt place. You can go over there and make your own t-shirts online, and people can order them. You get somebody. That's an idea for your bed and breakfast in Cuba. Get somebody to design a logo for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Casa Orquídea.
Casa
Orquídea.
Orquídea.
House of Orchids.
House of Orchids. There you go. There you go. You got a logo already.
I grow orchids. My wife grows cactuses. I think it's because she's thorny.
Oh, construction talk. I sure Julia is doing a photo shoot. I sure wish she'd pop in here. So Julie's doing a photo shoot for a guy that's a glass blower. And I want to interview him, and I want to see if he can make me my own whiskey glass. Like we'll figure out something. Dr. David Ragland, how you doing? Oh man. Dr. David Ragland is a chiropractor. And
where
in the States. I wish you were here, man. Oh man, here's my wallet. My lower back, I have never, like Bob's seen me, I can't walk straight. I have been introduced to a leave, and that's the only thing that's made me get through a couple days. Oh, I guess, you know what? Tomorrow, I will be making an appointment when we're driving home. Yeah, him and to my active release technique guy, because he's going to need to loosen up something. I've never had all that uneven ground at that job site. That was terrible, man. All I did was take a step probably into what we would call a lot of pothole. You know, the two guys from site, Domingo and Hans, they caught me.
Hans, yeah.
No, those guys, whoa, caught me. I know I stepped on a rock. No, Domingo's not a Venezuela.
No, Hans is.
Is he?
Yeah.
A rock about that freaking size, whatever. I stepped on it, and it flipped me on my ankle real quick, which that ankle probably will never sprain again because it's like a noodle. But yeah, they boom, boom, man. I probably would have gone down. It was quick. Just I don't know where that rock came from. You're doing very well. Pain will drag you. Yeah, it will. The constant pain. I mean, after some point, you kind of get used to it in a bad way. But yeah, to have that relief is awesome. Eric, wait. I'm going to be calling you, Eric, to get clearer, better ideas about my trip to Scotland on the 9th. Eric Waite already went, so. Fight for Sound's been around for a while, Eric. Yeah. Oh, yes, and Eric was sick. Hey, Peter White's in. How you doing, Peter? So, Bob, are you going to venture into more whiskeys?
Tell you the truth, I'm pretty preoccupied just with rums at this point in time.
And you're going to hook me up with some good rums to do on the show, right?
Clearly, we'll bring back maybe some Santero. There's a lot of the really good distilleries in Cuba are the small ones that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah, but you brought one.
Yeah.
What was it?
That was the Canet, and everything Canet makes is good.
Yeah, I like Canet.
But
better than Havana.
Yeah, it's much better than Havana.
Yeah.
Their whole line is better.
And you opened it up. You invited me. You said, "Hey, let's do a live show on your channel." And what happened?
Well,
you drank it all and didn't even. You did call me because I was out of town working, and you taunted me.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we called Daniel and said, "We're drinking this right now." It happened. You had to be there.
That might be. I am drinking with Gordon Lightfoot. I just got asked if I'm drinking with Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah, but a much younger version of Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah.
Just don't ask me to sing.
No, don't ask him to sing, please. It was on Sunday and Monday, but my hearing isn't back yet. Why would you lose your hearing? Is it full of mucus or what? Here's the best part, Bob. We have both worked at that last job site in 2 years, almost identical time of year. The last time I was surrounded by 3 other guys, and I was sitting very much in the corner, surrounded by them, and they were all dying. Did I get sick?
No.
Nope. And I didn't get sick this time.
I certainly did. That's why the voice is where it's at right now. It's this is my usual talking voice.
That's what happens if you drink cheap whiskey, and I don't drink cheap whiskey.
This was just living in a dirty old camp voice.
Oh, ear infections there. I've had ear infections really bad. Matter of fact, they took me to the hospital and put tubes in my ears. So yeah, you've got my sympathy. It was very painful. So when do you think you'll be back in Cuba? Before it really snows?
No, I think I'm here till into December, but then I don't want to come back until the grass is green.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm going to thank you, Mash and Drum. Appreciate that. I'm going to go to Scotland. I think I'm going to enjoy it because I don't think the weather will bother me one bit. I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, where are you going now? That's the worst time of year to go to Scotland." Like, listen, waking up and where it's a -3 every morning, and you don't see. I hate everybody like you always get the one lady that was in that office. She go over and turn the heat up all the time.
Oh, -2.
She didn't care about anyone else.
Oh no.
And I have a belief that it is the heat, especially in the wintertime. And for all you guys that live in California, Arizona, down south in the U.S. particularly, it is that the cold. We put our fridge in. We put our food in a fridge. Why? Because it slows bacteria down. You put it in a freezer and it goes to sleep, right? You heat it to kill it, but we don't heat it enough, right? And I don't know, an old farmer I knew, man, the cold, no one ever gets sick around the cold. But they did a study at the university.
They say that the dry weather is good for you too, but I just find that it dries out my nose and
that's terrible. Yeah,
don't much care.
I thought somebody punched you in the nose at work when you took your mask off.
No, that's just dry. It's very dry in Alberta for those of you that have never been here.
Yeah. No, Julia can't come with me. Go Habs. Not this time, and don't worry. I'll be thinking about her the whole time.
What? You've been away for this much time now? You're gonna go on holidays without her?
Well, her mom had surgery, and she just got back to work. She just can't do it right now, and I don't want to miss out on the opportunity to select the barrel for an exclusive bottling. But just don't, right?
There you go.
I'll take her back, I promise.
So many bottles are going to bring back?
Well, I don't think we'll be bringing any back. Yeah, I'm in the doghouse. No, I'm not in the doghouse there. Go Habs. Rollock, thank you for coming in, buddy. Appreciate it. We're going to check out your t-shirts. You got to teach a class. See you guys later. What do you teach? I hope you've only had good times there, Fight for Sound. You're going to have some of this at your place, though, right? You're going to bring in good whiskeys?
Well, I'm going to have to bring in some just for multiple reasons. My poor father-in-law, it's all he ever wants is, oh, just bring me a bottle of whiskey. And I say, oh, you're Cuban, you drink rum, damn it.
When I was down there, Bob, those boys, when they saw that I brought down a bottle of Canadian whiskey, they were like, oh, yeah. Now, they were young guys. They just wanted to get drunk for free. No different than our guys up here.
No, they do. Everybody in the world wants what they don't have.
That's right. Especially, if we go to, if you went to Italy, I mean, here we want to buy Italian jeans and all this fashion stuff. Go to Italy and the opposite. They'll be into Lee jeans and Levi's. Because it's different over there, right? Different for them.
Well, Levi's were the original, too. Let's not forget that. They were around. They've been a high market item for a long time.
Absolutely. The reason you wanted to start a channel, what? Because of all the guys in the chat? I love the chat, man. That's where it started for me, is being in the whiskey chat. And then started with Instagram. And I did a live with Instagram on my fireplace. And lo and behold, one of the guys from the Scotch and Dumpy, Scotch and Dumpies. That would be our show. I'll be Scotch, you can be Dumpy. Whatever.
Okay,
the Scotch Test Dummies. Came and started chatting to me, and I said, hey, why don't you join us? And we just started talking, and I went into the whiskey room, and they're like, holy crap, man, you have a lot of whiskey. And I didn't really think I had a lot of whiskey.
Well, it looks like a liquor store. You had a lot of whiskey.
Yeah. The guy on YouTube called the Liquor Hound, I think he's the only one I've ever seen of that more than me. But whatever. Well said, Gordon. Who is Gordon? Why am I missing the name here? That's awesome, man.
So what kind of bottle should I take my father-in-law, Daniel?
You're flying through airports all the time. It would be pretty cool if you just got a duty-free exclusive. So that means nobody has it unless they're going through there, right? Can't buy it in liquor store. So you can get lots. You get them the Balvenie Triple Woods. Everywhere else, unless you're going through duty-free, it's the double wood, right? I have a nice, talking about Glen Morangie and duty-free, I have a Glen Morangie 19-year-old that came from a friend traveling from Texas. What is this about Gordon? Oh, well said, Gordon. Oh, you're Gordon Lightfoot. I forgot Eric Gilbert. I'm like, what? Gordon Lightfoot. Oh, I never ever thought you looked like Gordon Lightfoot.
Well,
it's the mustache.
It's a step up from Colonel Sanders.
Yes, Gordon is my guest. Guys, seriously, it's easier to follow along when you're actually in the chat. You are correct about the cold temperature keeping down sickness. I suspect the drastic ups and downs of temperature change are a major factor in folks getting sick. Thank you very much. Dr. David Ragland agrees with me.
See, and
a doctor.
Yeah, it could happen. But, like air conditioners.
Why do you have to be like that?
Air conditioners are really bad,
They are recycled air.
Yeah, well,
this place has two vents here, one at the end of your bed and one here. And the other camp we're at, it has one vent, and they try to tell you don't block it up because guys block it. They stick stuff in there. They hide paraphernalia in there, whatever it may be. Bob found a whole bunch of mouse turds under his bed. Here's the thing to think about. You come in, one guy went in his room, they had the thermostat cranked right to the top. My room, it wasn't, and I opened my window. And the windowsill, though, I'm not joking, man, it's got enough sand on it. Like you'd swear to God you were at the beach. But I still leave the window open. And you know what? I'm convinced that window open is a big savior. I mean, I'm warm. I'm underneath my sheets.
I was wondering where the little rake was that, maybe
a little garden, Zen garden.
Zen garden.
You could draw stuff. Seriously, it was the worst I've ever seen. Like weed, yes, they hide weed in the vents.
Yeah, big mistake. Eh? The
That's
dogs
a big
don't pick
mistake.
up on
Yeah,
that at
yeah,
all.
the dogs don't pick that up at all. Well, although years and years ago at that old Camp Milford, which would be the only thing worse than where we were, but that thing was how old was it? 30 years more?
That's all that.
All that and more. Anyway, that it was the cleaning lady. She was a snark rat. Called out one of the guys, like he had to get called from work. Security brought him into his room because he had white powder on his room on his desk. You know what it was?
Talcum?
It was talcum powder.
Yeah, I know.
They
Maybe some foot powder or whatever.
freaking accused him of having cocaine in his room. Fight for sound, thanks, buddy. I hope it's been a good chat. Are you leaving or are you just throwing out compliments because I'll take all I can get? Cast strength is best for colds. Yep. Too bad I didn't have any cast strength. Ooh, I could have got one there. Should have. I was gonna buy 2 bottles. Because was it you, Eric Gilbert, that brought up the 15-year-old Wisers is garbage? Well, I found some Legacy just popped up lately. And the Legacy, JP Wisers Legacy is it's a 15-year-old, if I'm right. Correct me, Eric. Or is it Peter White that said that? Anyway, I have to agree. The 15-year-old, the new replacement, is terrible. And it says so right in the comments. It says a hint of rye, meaning that there's barely any rye in it. Right? It's probably almost all corn. That reminds me, my perspiration ready? What? Oh, I want more of this. But I want it in a Glen glass.
But you don't put water in it again, though, do you?
No, I don't need to. Almost everything I buy is cast strength. I bought some beautiful stuff, buddy. I bought a Glen Morangie. Julia just finished her photo shoot. The people she was shooting for live in a 1929 house.
In Edmonton.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of what part of town? Downtown?
They gave her honey from their honeybees. These guys are true beatniks. No, they don't live far from my house.
Okay.
So they're in that neighborhood. I think I've seen them before. They actually have it looks like a trailer you'd see a gypsy blowing somewhere, right? Like this weird looking funky trailer that like a medicine man would have had with a horse back in the day type of thing. And they're hippies. They blow glass. They got a kiln and a glass, all the glass making tools and whatnot.
You have to make a deal about relying on some furnace there or something for glass.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good idea. I'll give them the refractory. You need some refractory?
Yeah.
I'll come with a pickup truck of refractory material. Natural unpasteurized honey is so much better. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Here's the thing, guys. Loch Ness and Dr. Ragland and the rest of you listening. If we all, I'm going to start and talk like a Southerner. If we all grew our own food, made our own clothes, and built our own houses, imagine the quality everything would be. But instead, we're economic slaves, all of us. Yeah. They give us little things to enjoy, the whiskey, a new phone every year. Look, they were going to make us wear chips. They were going to stick chips into us to track us, and they one-upped us. And what do? We go and buy the chip and carry it with us. Hey, Siri. Oh, she's asleep right now. But most of the time, you say, hey, Siri, and she wakes right up. Tell me she's not listening. Anyway, this isn't a conspiracy channel. It's a whiskey channel. Yeah, I don't even know what was that. I think it's more like being in a bar all the time, just like Aquavitae, because all I've ever done is lives. And we just sit and BS and talk about whiskey, and talk about how men talk. There's no ladies in there right now. We are, seriously, if you guys have not seen Gran Torino, watch it. I mean, It's got every
Clint Eastwood at his best.
at his best. Yeah.
At his best.
I mean, every which way but loose is.
No.
Oh no, they were good.
Yeah, this is way better.
Yeah, because he's not. One of the.
It's not a cartoon.
And one of the women he's dating isn't acting in it. So back in the old days, there's movies always it was always some star that if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be acting. Anyway, it's hilarious, especially when he takes that Asian kid.
Who they younger, you used to say it looked a little like Clint Eastwood. So
when you were younger, yeah. From which movie? She's like a spoiled teenage girl. You never know what she's listening or not. Eric, that's us. That is the best one ever. So Eric Wade has his own channel. You want to learn about wine? He's got a channel all about wine. He's like a. Are you third level or I don't know what he is? He's like a black belt in wine, right? Couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag, but if it comes to talking about wine, you're in trouble. And he's also called the Sniper.
He's probably a real woman's man.
Is
because I mean, women can't go wrong with. Would you like a glass of wine and a foot rub? I mean, you're in, right?
Yeah. That is true. Oh man, I can't wait. Julia's going to give me the best foot massage ever when I get back. Aren't you, Julia? I know you're getting ready to listen. She's probably driving home right now. Awesome. Well, I can't wait to get home. We'll be home what time tomorrow? Early before noon.
Noon.
Noon-ish. In your body.
Yeah, probably. I pick the spot.
It's cops. We're gonna try camp. Don't tell anybody. I snuck in a bottle of freaking high-end scotch. The last camp we were at, it was a bad camp, but the manager of the camp was Irish, and I talked to him. He said, "Wow, it's kind of more like a damp camp. You're never gonna have an Irish guy not tell you that you can't have a drink." He said, "Just don't cause any trouble."
Your neighbor's home.
My neighbor's home. I don't know what he's doing next door. It sounded a little funny. The walls aren't that thick in here. What I said?
Yes.
Yeah. No, they're not. Ding, ding, ding. You can hear things you don't want to hear. Just so you know, gentlemen.
They say what's been seen can't be unseen, but
yeah,
the same is true of the years too.
Yes, the spaghetti westerns were awesome, George. I don't know why they call them spaghetti westerns. Well, I know why. Don't get me wrong. I understand that they were made in Italy a lot, and produced by an Italian producer, but a lot of them were based on samurai movies. A Fistful of Dollars is a samurai movie, and the samurai did the same thing. He played two families against each other. What the hell was that called? And you know how many times that movie's been remade? Fistful of Dollars? Obviously, it was a remake of that Japanese movie. And then they did a remake of, basically, it was the same thing with Bruce Willis and two gangster families, mafia families. We played them against each other and made a shitload of money. There's nothing new under the sun, my friends. Nothing new under the sun. Eric Waite, I don't know what scripture that's from, but it is in the Bible. There is nothing new under the sun. Eric Waite calls his whiskey channel the Whiskey Church. On Sundays, he does his show, and it's the Whiskey Church. It's pretty funny, especially when he dances. Actually, what about John Wayne movies, gentlemen? Talking about construction work and the way men talk to each other. What happened to that, right?
What was that movie that John Wayne was in where he dove in off a boat, and there was a woman who beat him to shore, and she says, she's all smug about it, and he says, "Yeah, but I didn't want to get my cigarettes wet." Lit up.
I don't know what that was. I don't remember that one.
It was John Wayne. He did it, man.
He did it.
The Duke.
The bearded beer man. How you doing, sir? Welcome. Akira Kurosawa movies. Yes. All those guys with stupid douche knots would belong on samurais, and they were called a top knot. And I didn't see any of them guys walking around with anything but a douche flute, no samurai swords. I'm glad that's going away, man. Well, I hope it's going away. I haven't seen it for a while. The bearded beer man. Are we drinking any beer? I can't wait. Actually, Bobby, our other friend Bobby, not this Bobby, or Gordon Lightfoot as we know him now, paid for my beer. I had 2 Innocent Gun, and they were so good. Before we came here, we stopped in town at the tavern. Is there a tavern here in Conklin?
Yeah, there's one in Conklin.
Why the hell are we sitting here? Son of a bitch.
Staying out of trouble. We gotta go to security and
get out. Yeah. My dad was a huge John Wayne fan. He nicknamed me the Duke when I was young. Did you live it up? The Duke. Actually, Aquavite nicknamed me the Duke when I was in Moose Jaw. He says, you're like John Wayne of Canada. So I don't know about that. My favorite one, 2 favorite movies, and this is partly why that nickname came up. But one of my favorite John Wayne movies is actually not a Western nor a military one. It's called The Quiet Man, and he's a boxer in the U.S. and he, in a boxing match, he kills somebody. So it bothers him too much, so he moves back to Ireland, to the house that his parents were from, because he was Irish. And the whole thing is about him and a woman that he falls in love with, an Irish lassie, and he got the dowry there. And the brother, who's a big brute of a farmer in Ireland, and John Wayne get into a big fight. And you have the 2 different priests. You have the Protestant and the Catholic priest, and they're all betting on it back and forth. It's hilarious, man. It's like a joke of a fight all the way through the entire town. It's hilarious. I laugh every time I see it. And my other one is a Western where there's a kid fishing, and John Wayne asks him why he's fishing with the sun behind his back, because the fish can see your saddle. He's like, well, I don't know how to swim, and I can't swim to the other side. He's like, you don't know how to swim? Come here, grabs him by the back of his belt and chucks him into the water. And then his mother comes running. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my God. And he's like, why doesn't he know how to swim? Well, neither do I. And then the kid swims. He swam to the other side of the shore. And the mother's like, I don't know how to swim either. And John Wayne looks at her, and she starts running away. That's good. Good old stuff back in the day. It's in Ecclesiastes. Thank you, Amy. There's nothing new under the sun. And there isn't. Original 7 was a 7 samurai.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Magnificent 7.
Yeah, was the 7 samurai. Dr. Ragland. And Amy is George's wife. Right? She comes in here and makes sure all the boys are behaving. Well, it does say in Ecclesiastes that there's nothing new under the sun. And we do the same things all the time. We just don't get it.
Oh.
What about whiskey? Food Quig, thanks for coming in, buddy. How long were you in here? Oh, way up there. Jeez, I got to watch the things here. Food Quig lives on Vancouver Island. He's a taxi driver. And I love the way the Food Quig does his whiskey reviews. So you got a lot of guys. And I don't really do reviews. I just drink whiskey and talk. But a lot of guys will open the bottle and go through whatever they go through to taste it. And they write notes down. Not on camera, right? Even the big guy, Ralphie, right? He doesn't. He has his notes, and he does the videotapes himself, and he refers to his notes and goes back. You say, I got this out of it. And sure, he takes a lot more time. He gets a lot more out of the whiskey and studies that liquid, more or less. Food Quig does it right in front of the camera. Like, he gets into that moment. He's like, I get this. And he just sits there. He doesn't care. He's using the camera off his computer. And he's in the moment while he's doing it right live in front of you, or while all pre-recorded, right? But I like that about him. That, and he doesn't give a damn what you think.
Why should he?
And why should he? I mean, who are we? We're not his taxi rider. We should, though. One day, everybody, we should all meet in Victoria. There's a phenomenal distillery there. And we'll all stay in one spot, and we'll just phone Food Quig. And he'll have to pick up and drive each one of us to the thing. We love that. Yeah, it would be interesting. And I'm actually in Whiskey in the Sixes spot right now. Bob and I talked to him earlier today, about a couple hours ago now. He was going to his kickboxing class, and I think he's moving this week or this month anyway into their new house. So he's a very busy man, and he's a teacher, and so school's back in. So I haven't been around for a while, and I thank you all for joining me and my friend Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot, a.k.a. Bob.
A.k.a. Bob from Cuba. Bob and his raspy voice. He doesn't always sound like that.
It's always a little raspy, but
Little
not
raspy.
yeah, this is almost ghoulish.
Yeah, you got a little squeak in there a couple
Bit
of
of a
times.
squeak.
Yeah, a little squeaky. Anybody drinking anything good tonight besides me? Mash and Drum was drinking Lagavulin. I forget to ask that all the time. I expect you to tell me. You can get a Canadian Club 20-year-old, which isn't bad, Eric. By the way, I'm jumping back up, guessing it's better than a Weiser's 15. $10. You know what? I think CC's got a 41-year-old coming out. Just saying. That's all I'm going to say about it. 41-year-old Canadian whiskey. I have a 25-year-old Canadian whiskey from Gimli, but it's put out by an American company. They bought it and put it out. So, well,
So,
I think it's almost ready to pack.
hey, gentlemen.
Everybody, thank you. Kilhoma cast strength time. What are you drinking, Daniel? You don't know what we're drinking? Before we go here, Glen Morangie, LaSanta, 12-year-old. I don't know. It kept at the store when I stopped. I just kept looking at it, and I'm thinking that's the one I really want. I don't know. I wanted something familiar, and I'm very familiar with Glen Morangie, the original 10-year-old, and that's what we wanted. I think the 20-year-old CC is good. Yes, Eric, or Go Habs. I do. I mean, I have a bottle. I got it when it first came out, and I've had a couple bottles. It's good stuff. A lot of it comes from Alberta, though. A lot of whiskey is from Alberta in Canada, right? At the distilleries down by Calgary.
That way they don't have to truck it a long ways, eh?
Well, that, but, yeah. That, but we have a lot of it.
There's a lot of cowboys in Alberta. They like their whiskey.
Is it sunset yet, Amy?
Yeah, it's nighttime.
It's nighttime now, Amy.
Yeah, it's been nighttime for quite a while.
It is, yeah. When would the sun set here?
Depends on what time of the year right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty early.
Sunset's, yeah, well, what, it probably started at 6:30?
And
yeah.
A couple of days ago, we were a little further north, and it was 6 o'clock. It was getting dark, so.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Bob and I have been on for what? Must be about an hour now, eh, guys? Let's look. I can't tell here where. It's been a while, guys. I got to remind myself how to do this. Can't see the time, but it's got to be close to an hour. I'll have to actually look at the time. We started at 6 o'clock. That's been, we started, well, we've been on 45 minutes. There you go. We got about 10 more minutes we can chit chat about something. Interesting how some bottles will grab your attention. Yes, it is. Sometimes it's the way the bottles look. It was a Gordon Lightfoot joke. Oh, is it son's son?
Yeah.
Thanks, Amy. You got to type faster for the jokes. Go Habs. You're a good man, Mr. Go Habs, but Amy got us there on that joke. We got to go to work on the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
These are people from the U.S. telling us Gordon Lightfoot jokes.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah, Gordon Lightfoot, man. He covered everything. As long as they don't start doing bare naked lady jokes.
It's just a matter of time.
It is a matter of time. How many guys, they're probably actually thinking I meant real bare naked ladies. How many bands? Well, wait a minute. I know George Kaplan, and half of you guys from the States grew up listening to Rush. Right?
Burton Cummings.
Burton Cummings and the Who, or the Guess Who.
Guess Who.
Yeah.
American Woman.
American Woman, which was a protest song. And it was a jam on the stage. Eh? It wasn't even pre-recorded.
No.
And they actually went after somebody because they had a tape recorder, right? And this is in an interview I saw with them, and they went, they went after a guy. The guy thought he was in trouble, but it was such a great sounding song. And we were so surprised by it that we wanted to get a copy of it from the guy so that we could get down what we did and record it and practice it. Yeah. April Wine. Jason Fisk, how you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you guys for a while. And so if I had $1 million. Oh, Amy. Rush is awesome. I like Rush, man. The drummer is part of Mensa.
Really? Could you name a Rush song?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Everybody in there, how many people can name a Rush song?
Doesn't anybody listen to new music anymore?
Oh, yeah, Bob's into this stuff because he's got a 28-year-old wife. So now I was like, I listen to new music.
Uh-huh.
I listen to new music, but I listen to stuff none of you guys would listen to, man. My first concert ever, Whiskey Scout, was April Wine. And the Tom Sawyer is exactly what I was waiting to see. I love the Tom Sawyer song.
You know, April Wine's biggest hit was Sign of the Gypsy Queen, and that was the song that was actually an American guy, Lawrence Hudd, recorded it first.
Yeah.
But he did it all sound on sound recording, so the whole music industry hated him. So you could buy his album like in a month in the delete bins. You know?
Dr. David Ragland, I will be going to see Dr. Fix tomorrow. Now you tell me that's not the best chiropractor name you have ever heard. Dr. Fix, and that is his real name. His father, believe it or not, is a criminal lawyer. And there's another great name for a lawyer.
And the fix is in.
Yeah, Fix. Yeah, no, he's a pretty up and straight kind of guy for that kind of a lawyer, but not like we see in the movies. But yeah, that would be the phenomenal name. What's your name, Dr. Fix?
Yeah.
That's great. Fly by Night.
The immigration lawyer we used was Judge and Associates. Judge is their last name.
Oh, that's awesome. I was wrong. YYZ. What do you mean? I was wrong. YYZ. Rim stand still. Subdivisions closer to the heart. Actually, okay. Let's go back to what I was saying there to the Whiskey Scout. My first concert was April 1. I don't know what I was. I was maybe 13, 14, whatever it was, out east. And the opening act was I Wear My Sunglasses at Night.
Oh, my God. My daughter went to a concert before you.
Yeah, well, I got one other buddy that does this stuff.
My daughter, her first day of grade 1, she got to go to Elton John concert.
Yeah, well, that would be great.
Yeah.
So I went, and Corey Hart, I Wear My Sunglasses. The guy couldn't remember the lyrics to his own song.
That happens.
We were like, what the hell?
Well, John Baldry was like that too.
Yeah, but that was for a totally different reason. Well, maybe it was the same reason, but he made it sound good. So. But anyway, man, that guy was terrible. No wonder he's not around anymore. Although they say with all the money he made, he bought an island somewhere.
John Baldry?
No.
Oh, Corey Hart.
Corey Hart.
He made money.
Oh, sure he did.
Oh, okay.
He was a pop star back in the day.
Well,
Every freaking person.
I know.
It was full of girls, man.
On behalf of all of Canada, I'd like to apologize for Bieber too. Okay, you know.
Yeah, Justin Bieber is officially not a Canadian.
Yeah,
he's not.
Sorry,
I don't know what he is, but he's not. Boy in the Box. I seen April 1 in 82 or 83. They opened for Rio Speedwagon.
Oh, REO Speedwagon.
I liked REO Speedwagon. They're from, where are they from? BC, aren't they?
No, are they? I thought they were an American group. Help us out with that.
Help us out with that, guys.
But there are the
Yellow.
States.
Oh, Electric Light Orchestra, man. I used to love that. I had a girl convinced I was in the band, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't know why, but I did. Like, what the hell? Look at me. Do I look like it? Anyway.
I convinced a girl I was a dental floss tycoon one time.
Oh, I can see that. Oh my God. You're hilarious.
You ever wonder where that stuff comes from? No one knows. Dental floss.
Neil wrote most of their stuff. Great lyrics. I've enjoyed his travel books. Neil Young?
Neil Young?
That guy's a weirdo. I don't like him.
Why?
I don't know. You know what? I don't like him, and I don't like the guy that did Copperhead Road. I love the song Copperhead Road because it's about making moonshine.
Yeah. What's his name? Earl.
He got mad at somebody at a concert we were at because they kept yelling for Copperhead Road. And he says, if you yell for it one more time, I ain't going to play it ever. And everybody in the audience can blame you. Because all he wanted to sing was his protest songs. And I'm like, I don't care what about that stuff, man. Anyway.
See, that's the way John Baldry was.
Yeah, okay. Rio Speedwagon is from Champaign, Illinois.
There you go.
Steve Earle, tomorrow night. You're seeing Steve Earle tomorrow night? Jason Fisk, is he in? Neil Peart. Neil Peart. Now, George, you know who Neil Peart is, right? He's a member of Mensa. The guy's a brainiac.
So is my father.
There you go. That's why he's been retired for how many years?
Since 1967.
I think, yeah. So that's like 51 years.
Go, Dad.
Neil Young is a legend. Doesn't mean I have to like him.
Yeah, there you go. That's true. You know?
I don't gotta like him at all. I don't dislike him. He had some good music, but I don't know. I got lots of things I could promote through a channel like this or other things, and I'm not into that, right? And that's why Rush songs have great lyrics. They do. They're not repetitive kind of mundane. Well, there is some repetitive stuff, but you know what I mean.
Oh, and all the rock from that era was all based on 4 chords. Like, it's not complicated music.
Not itself, but the lyrics is what George is talking about, right? I mean, their lyrics were way better than, you know.
I don't even remember.
I'm trying.
I don't even remember Rush. Yeah, I kind of visualize an album, you know, but that's.
I agree. He grew up 15 minutes away from me. Oh, in Ontario. Meh. What's he done for you lately? That's what I'd like to know. Huh?
Who?
Neil Young. Just a guy.
Just a guy.
Plays music.
Yeah.
He's talented. I'm not taking anything away from his talent. Oh, me. Can't wait for the new Queen movie. I bet you can't wait for the new Queen movie. Go Habs. You're still cheering for the Habs, for crying out loud. So he's one of the guys we can talk that way. This is what the whole show was started out as, is how men talk to men.
Hey, but you know, in all honesty, I mean, you can't trash the Habs, man. I mean, you know, that's hockey.
So you know I can't take you back to Edmonton now because of that comment.
No, I know I was unaware, but I was born there. It's not my fault. It's my mother's fault. I had no choice. I was just like born there. But no, I mean, the Habs, that's Canadian, you know, that's Canadian hockey at its best. I mean, you know, old Maurice there, Rocket Richard.
Oh, yeah, the old stuff. Those guys were phenomenal. Don't get me wrong.
My mom dragged me down, you know, when I was a little kid down to Eaton's to get, you know, the autographed copy of Rocket Richard, you know. It's cool.
Yeah.
I still like to go down and see the guy. Apparently he still sits in the bar there, very approachable.
Where? In
Montreal.
In Montreal. Well, we can go. Yeah. You tell him, Gordon. See? Go Habs. Don't ask Bob to sing.
No, clearly not.
Don't.
Last time I sang, they arrested me for singing "Oh Canada." They thought I was mocking it. You know?
Oh, you guys are awesome. You opened what? Hey, where's Richie gone? Anyway, he was in here. Now where'd he go? Anybody see Richie? I opened my Tomatul. Oh wow, I've never tried one of those Tomatul. Have I ever tried Tomatul? I have not.
What is it, Tomatul?
It's a whiskey, a Scotch.
Scotch.
Tomatul. In the wall.
Oh, Tomatul. It must be Irish.
No,
No,
it's Scotch.
Scotch.
Yeah.
So you can't have Irish Scotch, eh?
Yeah, it's called Auchentoshan.
Auchentoshan.
They only call it that because it's made in the same process as Irish. It's triple distilled, blah, blah, blah. Richie usually has something uniquely opened. I don't know where you are, Richie, but it's past my bedtime now, man, and Bobby's. I don't want to pack in the morning. I'm going to pack tonight. I can't believe I unpacked.
Yeah.
We thought we'd be here for 3 days or so for this job.
Until 4 days, but
yeah, no.
Been on 4, we got it done in 1.
We're overachievers. You'll find it in your Tom and Tool box.
Tom and Tool.
Loch Ness. Too funny. He's funny. I should go to Toronto. See Loch Ness, and I can see Eric Gilbert. Am I right? You're out east. You're in Ontario. Irish Scotch. What's next? Canadian bourbon? Yeah, that already happened. You know who it was. It's pronounced Tom and Towel.
Tom and Towel.
Thank you, Foodquig. Foodquig must not have a fair right now, so he's back watching.
Yeah.
I did a show with Foodquig. How many hours, man? Foodquig's done like 8-9 hour shows. I think he's great. He just sits there and talks. Yeah. Crown Royal put out a bourbon mash. Now, the worst. It's a good whiskey, actually. It's pretty good whiskey. It's the mistake was calling it a bourbon mash, so everybody assumed that it would taste like bourbon, right? But they just used a mash. So what they did different was, instead of taking and doing what they do with Canadian whiskey, is they distill they distill corn, and then they'll distill rye, and they'll distill barley and maybe wheat, and they blend them liquid together. Whereas bourbon, they make a mash of corn, rye, different. 51% corn minimum. Could be 100% corn and still be bourbon, but 51% minimum, aged for 3 years. But the rest of it can be mixed together. But they grind it all together, put it together, and then make a beer. They still make a beer, basically. They still turn it into a mash. 5 hours from Toronto. Oh, Amy is. Yeah, it is. Go Habs, that's exactly what I said. That, if they had that bourbon mash as the regular Crown Royal, I think Crown Royal would do even better. I mean, I know they do well with lots, but it's not the same, man.
Well, Crown Royal used to do pretty good stuff. But it's...
The Quig is in for the long haul at times. He is. That's true, Whiskey Scout. And the Whiskey Scout, man, that what was it you got on the Scotch test and dummies there? You found a bottle of Glen Farkless, 17-year-old. I have a couple old bottles like that too, right? So you'll find bottles that have been sitting on a shelf for 10 years. No one's thought about them. I've got some old stuff, right? I love finding that stuff. And I'm going to have a guy that he's from Jersey on. He's an eccentric fella, but he collects, like, he'll get small, like old stuff, but he opens it and drinks it. Like, he wants, like, this is what it is, but it's all about the vintage, the story, and it's all about the vintage stuff. It's not just the fact that he's opening and drinking it. Sometimes he'll drink stuff that he's found somewhere that the seal's been broken too, right? And it isn't going to represent what it would have been if it was fresh.
Right? How about cigar smokers? Any cigar smokers out there?
Sure there is, man.
When you have one of these, aren't you supposed to have like a...
No, not this stuff. You would have a Lagavulin, the smoked peat. The peaty ones is what that is. Right?
Yeah, like...
Yeah, but the darker, heavier rounds, right?
Something.
Did I ever tell you about the time at Court Creek? What Louis did to me?
Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Where's he from? Chile?
No, he's from El Salvador.
El Salvador. So Louis, El Salvadorian guy, sweet guy.
It's Luis, but anyways.
Luis. It's Luis. I always call him Louis.
All them Spanish guys, it's Luis.
What is it? I don't know. Okay, let's not get into that.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, it's early in the morning, and at that time of year, fall, it was pitch black in the morning. And he had given you a bottle of rum. And I'd said, well, where's my bottle of rum? Joking with him, right? Now, I still have one bottle left. But the bottle he gave me was like a 21-year-old Florida Cana. We drank it with, whatchamacallit, I forget. But anyway, he brought it to me on the job site, right in front of the head guy of Imperial Oil. Handed it to me. Hey, here you go. He had it wrapped in a tube. I'm like, oh, thanks. I could tell in my hand. I'm like, oh, man, I've been awesome. Thanks, man. I'm like, yeah, okay, great. Thanks, buddy. And I kept talking to the guy. Do you know how much trouble I get having it on a freaking plant site? He handed it to me right in front of the president.
Yeah, it's not like the old days.
No, man.
You know, where GF just always had the bottle right in the drawer there.
No. What was, how many years ago were we at that plant?
Oh, it was
10?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
10 at least. Man, he hands me that bottle in front of him. And he was a young guy. And only reason I was on site is because we just had that guy, get a guy fired off site because he hard wired an extension cord to a furnace.
Yeah, power outage. They had one small generator, so he fired up our furnace.
No, they had one trailer that had power, and he ran us an extension cord through a window or whatever
and cut from a generator. From the generator.
Oh, from the generator.
Yeah,
and he cut
right to the.
And he cut the wires off on the furnace and stuck them into to the end of the extension cord. You guys, oh man.
Yeah, he turned that breaker off at least on in case the power came back on.
I didn't know enough back then. He sent me to a job like that to take over. I was way over my head there, man. Anyway, Amy, you have a good night, dear. Thank you very much for coming in. All of you guys are awesome. I actually, if it wasn't for the chat, like all these people, the only reason anyone has a YouTube channel is because of all these guys, all of them, no matter who they are. Well, oh, Louis, you're talking about someone saying my name, Louis.
There you go.
Read the name.
Well, I can't see that.
Louis, O-C-H-O-A.
So how do you say it?
I don't know. How do you say your last name, Louis? Can't do it over chat. Louis, it could be made up. I don't know. Louis Oshua. Somebody did. We have a friend. I don't want to say his last name here, but anyway, I haven't seen him in a while, right?
See, yeah,
cigar smoker here, not real regular once a week or so. Well, once a week is pretty regular, man.
Yeah, that's regular. It's more regular than me, but I'm a non-smoker. But when you see me smoking, I'm smoking a damn fine Cuban cigar. I'll tell you that. You know?
Oh, Louis, ocho, like ocho, like ocho cinco.
Ocho cinco.
So his last name is Louis Ocho.
So I'm thinking he's. Where are you from, Louis? It's got to be like it's a Spanish-speaking country for sure.
He could be from California, man.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's a Spanish-speaking country. Damn it.
That's where Richie's from. Where'd Richie go?
Hey.
Did I ignore Richie and didn't say anything to him? I can't. No, that would he wouldn't put up with that crap. And bearded beer man. I hear the Canadian whiskey is better than from Canada instead of what is sold here in the States. I think when you get stuff like Crown Royal and whatnot, it's the same as what we get up here. There are bottles that would sell out up here, just like you guys have bottles down there, right? Louis from California, just like I said, right?
There you go.
Walmart calls. All right, Food Creek. You have a good, safe drive to the Walmart. Oh, man, Walmart should have a liquor store. Wouldn't that be awesome for you? Yeah. What's this? CRXO and limited edition are good at the price, if the price is right. Crown Royal XO, meaning that it was aged. That's what Martin wants us to do. He's got that buddy of his that sells frozen food. What's his name? I forget.
The seafood guy.
The seafood guy, yeah. Anyway, he's big into whiskey, so Greg thinks, but he ain't. But they were going on and on about the Crown Royal XO, right? But it's basically an experiment.
All you gotta be into whatever. It's just to like it, right?
Yeah, that's right, man. It's like when people talk about us and motorcycles. I am a motorcyclist. I'm a motorcycle enthusiast, but I'm not a biker.
Yeah, exactly. I correct people all the time. You call me a biker, and I say, no, I'm a motorcycle enthusiast.
Yes,
it's totally different.
Way different, man. I ain't a biker. I first of all do have my Class 6, and I do not wear a Sons of Anarchy t-shirt. Walmarts in Missouri do sell liquor.
Missouri.
Well, guess what the Walmarts up here sell? Salted fish.
Yeah.
Because
they salted cod.
Yep, in a can
for the newfies.
For the newfies. I've never been to one before anywhere else. Right at the end of this thing, it says salted fish. It's right from Newfoundland.
How many of your American friends don't know what a newfie is?
Anybody here not know what a newfie is?
Because I know that there's one fellow come up. He's an inspector, and then I went on a job, and his next stop was to Newfoundland, and I kept saying, "Oh, be careful of the newfies, eh?" And finally he says to me, he says, "Well, what are these newfies?"
They're aliens.
Yeah, I know, they're Newfoundlanders. And he goes, "Oh, thank God." He says, the way people were talking about them, I thought they were like some kind of animal, like a bear. Which is far off.
No, some of them not. Yeah. Nope. Go Habs. I just got a bottle of Dissertation here in Fort McMurray in one of the liquor depots that were renovating it. And they had one sitting there, so it was a special release for Canada's 150th. And what is it, 18-year-old? I finally got a bottle. I didn't get one before, so yeah, no, we got one up here. But yeah, I think I have another one coming. I got one in Fort McMurray. I'm not lying. I'm sure it was a Dissertation. I got one. Let me check it out. Hold on. This is why I have this whiskey thing, because of these very questions, right? Yeah, it's funny. Anybody ever heard of a newfie? Newfies tell the best jokes about themselves. It's the best.
Oh, yeah, they have a sense of humor, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Learned that from a song by the Nagators, Newfoundlander. Oh, Navigators, you mean, not Negators, is it? How much? $60, I think. Or maybe it was $70. I can't remember now.
The Newfoundlanders are famous for their screech.
Yeah, any rum drinkers out there? Screech.
Wow, screech isn't really rum.
Well, it is rum.
It's barrel washings, whatever.
Yeah, okay. Barrel. Wisers. Why do I have it under Wisers, not JP. I bet you it's under JP. Whiskey log, guys. That's what I use. If you're wondering. JP Wiser. Oh no, I don't. It's not a Dissertation. It's a Canada 2018 commemorative. Come on, pick it up. There it is. But I do believe I have a friend sending me a bottle of Disser. Oh no, that's what Andrew picked up for me when he was at the thing in Burlington. He better not have drank that like you did with the rum. I will freaking kick his dangleberries right over his shoulders. Again, that's how men talk. Use your head for more than a hat rack, you fucking sons of bitches. And I found some of these bottles. Come on, focus. You gotta blind it right out to make it focus. There we are. Legacy. What did you get last on the shelf? 12-year-old Foursquare rum. Oh, there's a rum you want to try. Foursquare.
Foursquare, yeah.
Yeah.
Just read a review about that the other day, actually.
I'm gonna get the guy in Edmonton on the show. Right? And that's what I was going to do if you had that bottle of rum.
I'll get another one. It's not. There's actually rums that I've had that I like better. But
I'm going to check that song out, The Navigators and the Newfoundlander. That's not how you spell it, but that is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
All corn? No. Which one's all corn? No, I don't think it is. You're talking about the Legacy or the 2018? I don't know. I'm going to look into that more. I've got some Canadian whiskey content coming up, guys. We're going to try some new things. Hey, Malden in Montreal. We are going to bed, not you and I together. Swami, I don't want to get your hopes up. I am about to say goodnight because it is now over an hour that we've been going. Yep, 10 minutes past. Look, everybody loves the Swami. He's Malton in Montreal. And he's a rum guy.
Have you ever been to Montreal?
Yeah. I practiced and practiced how to say I do not speak English or French. Awesome thing to do on live TV. Excuse me. Oh, you better not be getting me sick.
I'm going to go to Montreal. I was actually thinking about moving there.
So, Walter, Montreal. Where's Rob? Oh, yeah, I have some more. Don't like this stuff, or is it getting better?
No. It's like I said right off the bat, it's very drinkable.
We're drinking a Glen Morangie for you, buddy.
It's very drinkable. It's I just like the taste of my personal palate is rum, and I like the rums that aren't sweet.
Yeah, same here. That one rum that Louis has brought me. I haven't seen him in years. I still got one bottle left. It's a 10-year-old, and it's dry. It's not sweet. It's not light, and it's not dark, but it's dry. I could actually pour it, probably for Malton in Montreal here, for Swami, in with a flight of whiskey, and he might not notice that it's a rum. That's what I like about it. I've already did it to you. You didn't even know.
I know what it is.
Glenmorangie is great for baby palates like yours, Daniel. Oh, that's so sweet, Swami. See, Swami, this whole show was kind of based on the way you talk to people and how you talk. But you're still no Clint Eastwood. All right? I'm going to come to Montreal, and Swami and I are going to meet in the parking lot. He's going to get there an hour early and practice throwing himself on the ground. You guys, back to the Gran Torino. That's where it is at, right? I love that scene where he takes that kid in the barber shop and the barber rifle on the kid. What the hell did you say to me?
It was a shotgun.
Oh, shotgun. Yeah.
It was a shotgun.
Isn't that a type of a rifle?
No, rifle has rifling. Shotgun smooth bore.
Okay.
Anyways.
Sniper here. Glenmorangie never gets better. It doesn't get worse either. It's a comfortable thing to go to. That's why I picked it to be here, right? I like it, and it doesn't matter if you don't like it. And it is not a complicated palate, and that's why I picked it. Sometimes it's the same as getting a coffee. Sometimes you just want a plain coffee. You don't want to go to Starbucks and get one, or even the other one.
Starbucks, but it's like, doesn't it bug you when they always want to put a flavor shot in it?
No, I don't. I just want plain coffee.
Come on, coffee is a flavor. We don't need a flavor shot.
I mean, I've had some great ones. You can get some of the coffee beans from African one up, but you swear to God, it's like drinking some type of burnt fruit. It doesn't taste like, I just want plain coffee. Listen, buddy, you can run in a circle and you can hide, Swami. All right, but I can wait. Right, and I don't want to say anything else. Okay, and Skunk, how you doing, buddy? Or are you just slapping somebody? High five, the Skunk.
But Swami, if you're going to bait him out into the open, there you go. It's all in the bait.
Bring that
Just
bait
like
in.
fishing, eh?
I'm gonna head fake you. I'll head fake you with a kill home, and I will, Swami. This is the only guy in this chat right now that's ever been around anywhere where we're gonna be in a fight. All right, you might want to check your brakes. Swami's the type of guy that would bring a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah. Sometimes that works against you.
Sometimes, you betcha. Yeah, I'm gonna head fake him with a freaking. You know what, Swami? Don't you like Ardbeg? Do you like any Ardbegs? What the hell, Loch Ness? It is not. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What are they talking about? I can't read that.
Glen Morangie is Daniel's masturbator.
Oh.
I think Loch Ness has been drinking too much. He never talks like that. Listen, Loch Ness, we're brothers. Okay, bring her on. She'd probably be surprised to be in a fight with a real man. Listen, Gordon Lightfoot, what are you drinking? Ardbeg 10 is outstanding. Guess what? It's owned by Glen Morangie. Master, what? I'll let your mom explain that to you, Go Habs. The wheels are about to fall off of this show. So Bob and I would like to thank you for coming into the Gran Torino construction talk with the Glen Morangie, because that was what we do. It's uncomplicated, and it's
the next time we do this, though, Daniel, cigars and rum. I know you don't smoke, but
I've done cigars way back, but I won't do them anymore.
Come on, what? Once you have a really good cigar.
I think they're owned by the same. It's a sister distillery. You're right. It's not owned by Glen Morangie, but they're both owned by Louis Vuitton. So there.
So is my wife's handbag. So what, right?
That's it, right? And that's what we're going to bring to Montreal to beat Swami with, your wife's handbag.
Now you better bring her to swing it.
Yeah, she's big. It's got all Bob's money in it. Where did you live? You used to live in Montreal? Or
I used to live in Beloy.
Beloy? There you go.
Yeah. My dad was stationed at St. Bruno.
Yes, the purse company. Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy is the company's name, or the corporation's name. So there. All right, Louis, you're a good man. Go Habs, you're a better man than me. And Eric Gilbert, I thank you for putting up with us, especially Swami. I know what he's like to get along with. There's so many people in here, man. I hate to miss anybody. I really am going to have to get a hold of Richie and find out where he went. All right. Loch Ness, thanks for coming in. Swami, thanks for coming in late. And the Whiskey Scout, everybody. Check out the Swami and the Whiskey Scout. They're doing some good stuff.
Gentlemen, thank you for humoring us.
Yep, it is time to go to bed. You're not horrible. I've met horrible, and you're not horrible. Swami is easy peasy, drinking sleazy. The Whiskey Scout. The drinking sleaze. All right, guys, Salancha.